Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But stuff. You're getting punched in the dick. There needs to be more Street Shark references. I say who? That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the fucking Twilight Zone. I don't know what the fuck we're going through this goddamn face. Welcome to the underqualified.
Die.
Welcome to the underqualified and overcompensated podcast. I am your super hype fucking host with the least most because I suck, but I work hard. Okay. I'm going to give you all my effort. It's going to be sub-mediocre, but you're going to be happy at the end because it's getting done. Okay. I am Rhodes.
Word.
And you're welcome. To my left, you're right.
For our service.
You're welcome for my service. To my left, you're right, is the always beautiful, the always brilliant, and the ever brown. And that part's important because he's my chocolate bear.
Chocolate Bear. I'm gonna change my name to Chocolate Bear.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rico. I don't know why he has his gamer tag up right now.
Oh, I didn't notice that either. That was because Firth, we put out our gamer tags last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I switchies. Hey guys, girls,
welcome,
people who understand what women are.
Not jumping to that right off the bat.
Nah, just did a little foreshadowing.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Firth is not with us. He is out doing who shit in the dark. I mean, not really. I'm sure he's just babysitting fucking people during EFMB.
Definitely is.
Yeah. When he said I'm on night shift, I was like, night shift for what? There's no overnight EFMB shit.
He probably had to like show like 100 people how to fucking tie knots on a fucking LMTV in 6 different ways.
Not at nighttime. We've both been to EFMB. There's no nighttime activity.
He's lying. Confirmed.
Yeah, right. We've all been. There's nothing going on at night. By fucking 1800, you're back in your tents doing fucking fuck all, trying to study.
Mm-hmm.
All the medics are showing all the fucking dental techs how to do it so they can pass and we can fail. That's how it works.
Yes. That dental tech has got a real good PT score, though.
They can ruck, kind of. Solid PT score. That's the thing. Like, people ask me, hey, do you want to go to EFB? And I was like, dude, I've already gone twice. You know, I fucking hate it anyway, the whole diatribe. But then I'm thinking about the standards that they changed it to. I'm like, I don't even know if I'll qualify to get in now. Because you got to have like a 90 in each event. And I'm like, I don't even know if my PT score is good enough to fucking. I can ruck until the end of the fucking world ends, but I don't know if I can
no longer, sadly,
anymore. I can still ruck and run. I don't do PT like I used to, but
don't worry about it. After April 1st, you know, all you fuckers that wasted time trying to do as many leg tucks as possible. Guess what?
How much fucking time?
Your boy Rico only has to lock his body up for a minute 10.
You know how much I've changed my entire workout for the past 2 years to try to, because I can't do a knee tuck.
Oh, they're fucking horrible. They're fucking horrible.
I haven't been able to do one since this came out. And so I've been working for the last 2 years to be able to do one. And I've finally been able to do it. I've been working so hard to be able to do one. The amount of pull-ups and fucking knee shit I've been doing, fucking leg lifts. And I'll still do it because it's good for your core. But, and then they take it away because I hate planks. So I've refused to train that. And now I'm like, cool. Now I have to do planks.
I guarantee you, bare minimum, you could do a minute 10, or you're younger than me, a minute 12.
I am, but like my back's fucked. Like my lower
that's
back.
true.
That was my problem with knee tucks. Because the fact that I couldn't do them when this came out, like when it came out, like the events and like we're all testing it out, trying to see what we can do. And I tried to do a knee tuck and I couldn't do one. I remember being at Germany and we were doing it during PT and I go to do one and I think it was like mix and a few other, they're like, dude, you can't do a knee tuck. I was like, I know, right? I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was like, it's even more embarrassing having the fact that I was a pole vaulter in high school. Like that's the motion that I trained for years to be able to do. And I can't do it anymore. Like just years of the Army breaking my back down.
Mhm.
I can't do it. And so it took forever to, and so I can do the plank, but it tears my back out to fucking plank that long.
It's
And
hard
you
for me
know
to do
it's
the
gonna be
leg
so
tuck.
much arbitrary shit, like the push-up, right? Like you come up as a unit, but they're like, oh, like your butt. Fuck right off, okay? I still went up. You know, doing the plank, like someone's gonna be like, oh, your ass is up. Ah, fail. And you're gonna be like, am I still suspended, bitch? Am I still in the air? Fuck off.
One of my problems with the leg tuck is just my lack of grip strength that have happened like over the last couple years. So holding on to the fucking bar and suspending, my grip strength is like fucking trash right now. So
See, that was something I was reading with. It was saying that a major reason why people weren't able to do it was their grip strength. And my grip strength is not great, but due to, constant years of like wrestling and jujitsu, this holding closed, I can do that. Like I can do it for a good amount of time to be able to do one or like 10, 15 fucking pull-ups.
Yeah.
So like, and it's like that point, like you're not super strong. Like my squeezing, like if I was to hold one of those monitors, is not great at all.
Yeah.
But from years and years of conditioning my body and my forearms and my hands to be able to hold shit like geese and arms, holding onto a bar is fucking too easy. It's fucking closed iron grip. You want me to squeeze on shit?
Like
so for me, it wasn't that bad, but other people, I could imagine why it was so hard.
A couple of months before my mediocre vacation in the Army, mediocre vacation,
Medium heat.
I did something and I had almost no grip strength in my hand for like a couple weeks, and I had to wear a brace and my fucking shit was constantly fucking like this. And ever since then,
fuck up this ulnar nerve or something.
I don't know what the fuck I did. I don't know. All I know is because when I went to go see the PA, that was not my PA, a different PA. She just assumed I was fucking lying and treated me like a piece of shit. Like I had something to gain. Go fuck yourself.
I love them so much. I work with them on a daily basis. I love our providers. They're so great. They're so great. I fucking love them. And like and the fun part about Army providers is literally how much it changes from one to the other. You stack them up side by side, and you will go from one to the other. Of man, I just want to help soldiers. I want them to be the best. And then the next one, all soldiers are shit, man. They're just fucking malingering sons of bitches. And you're like, what the fuck happened from you to you? Like I got 12 providers. It'll bounce from one to the other, and I'm like,
you're crazy.
Good. You're a shitbag. Like, how'd you make it to major?
You only have this job because you can't be fired.
Yeah. I've also figured that out. I was like, I have one provider, he always talks about how he's a colonel in the reserves. And I'm like, that's because it takes so much effort to fire you.
So much.
It takes so much effort to fire you.
If you're a
Once
colonel,
you reach lieutenant colonel, like it's so much effort to fire you.
If you reach colonel, you have to be fired by like a 1-star general. That's so much paperwork.
No, it's like an act of Congress. and not just like an act of Congress, like Sergeant First Class act of Congress, like where they don't actually have a meeting. They just sign the fucking paper.
Yeah.
Like lieutenant colonel is like an actual act of Congress. Like they gotta have a meeting and shit. Defense secretary's gotta be there, be like this one random lieutenant colonel because we have 1,000 of them.
Bang the PFC,
and they go, okay. Well, let's let him retire with full benefits. What did he do? He stabbed a specialist? No, it's fine. Yeah, full benefit.
He stabbed the specialist while cheating on his wife with a PFC and a line of coke off of first sergeant's asshole.
Sounds like a Tuesday to me. Sounds like he gets a 30-year retirement.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, let's do this. Oh, the Army. How I love you.
Oh, you're so great. Oh yeah, you're so good.
What I love is like at a certain point, once you've been in long enough, you have this like constant love hate with with the Army, right? Like we're so appreciative of all the shit that we've been able to do and all the benefits we get.
Mhm.
And like I was going through some financing the other day to try to get a vehicle, and they're like, what's your yearly income? And so like I added it all up with my BAH, and I'm making like 60,000 a year, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck.
That's the problem. This is a different. This is now an Army podcast. That is what I've been preaching for years. When you take into consideration the shit that doesn't go into your bank account, the shit that just gets paid for, you make a lot more money in the Army than what you think. Yeah, that PV1. That PV1.
Because the BAH is going in my account, but that specialist who lives in the barracks, you still get that shit. Like, you're being provided a house.
Yeah.
On post or in the barracks, like that's a home that on the outside would cost a normal person a 1-bedroom studio apartment $1,200, depending on where you live.
Easily.
Yes. That and that's often, shitty off post. Off the one road that no one's supposed to drive on at night.
Ooh, don't do that. No.
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
12. And every post has it.
That's why I have a Glockaroni.
We can't show it, otherwise we'll get canceled.
We can show it, but I cannot take it apart or disassemble it or anything. It just but that's something.
That's
else.
not risky.
We'll save that for underqualified and overloaded. Our gun channel coming soon.
Oh God, we have so many. But I preached that for years too to younger soldiers, right? They're like, oh, we don't get paid shit. I'm like, look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Like how much you're actually, you don't get BAS, but they're giving you food. It's shitty food, but they're giving you food. And
that DFAC may not be open since Corona started. Looking at a specific installation. Looking at a very specific installation. But
like you're getting a room, right? You're getting housing.
Yeah.
Like you may only be getting $1,500 a month, but as a PV2, you're making $30,000 a year, which is pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, sure, especially only like $500 a month shows up in your paycheck. But all you got to do is go marry Candy from the strip club. She's going to cheat on you anyway. And then you can get out of some field exercises when you get your divorce because, things are not going right. And then, then you're good to go.
Have a few tax credits, kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But as I was saying, like, once you've been in for a while, like you appreciate all those things, but I love when I'm talking to younger soldiers and they'll be like, "Hey, Sergeant, how's your day?" And I'm like, "Just try not to murder anyone." And they think like I'm hating on the Army, but they don't realize that I'm also super appreciative of it because they haven't been in longer than 4 days. And I'm like, just wait until you hit 10 years, right? Just wait until you hit 6. Like re-enlist 2 more times. And you'll hit the point that I'm at where you love what you do, but there's also days where you don't want to fucking come in for a week.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you wake up and you look at your phone, you go, today's going to be a bad day. It's going to be terrible.
I would say there's not enough opportunity for leave in the Army. Like there should be like you work a week, maybe take a week off.
Well, that is one good thing I like about MedCom, right? Like I take leave when I want as long as I have it and nothing big's going on. Like at least when we're on ForceCom, like you had to wait for block leave time. And you're like,
not every fucking ForceCom though, because in a specific installation that I shall not name,
certain place they're co-located next to the Mexican border.
There is block leave, and then motherfuckers can just take leave whenever they want. And nobody's like, hey, that's convenient. There's like field stuff going on. You sure you want to take that leave? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going on leave.
There's stuff going on.
Yeah, when are we
super
not doing
need it.
anything? I'll be at work that day. Yeah, when are we not doing a thing? I'll be here. But
Yeah, no, leave is super weird at this location that I'm not mentioning. And yeah.
well, that's probably just that unit too, right?
I mean, it is blissful though,
once
so
two
there's that.
units over, they probably do some different shit. Like everything's so different in the Army. Like my family, they're like, "Oh, are you gonna stay in and you're gonna get out?" Or just people at work, they ask me that. After this next PCS that I'm going, I was like, I honestly don't know. I'm like that.
I mean,
changes
you're
from
already in
day
def
to
though,
day.
aren't you?
No. You don't have to choose until you're, I think, 12 to 15 years.
No, they changed it. 10 years.
I don't hit
10
10
year-
until August.
But your contract will continue to go into
Until
that.
2025. Yeah.
So you're in def. Let's just deal with it.
Yeah.
Let's come to the realization now you are in def.
Well, people ask and they're like, are you going to stay in or not? And I'm like, that literally changes from day to day because, some days like I have a pretty good work day and I'm like, you know what? This is fine. And then I'll have 4 solid days where I'm like, fuck this shit. And then like the next unit could be entirely different. It could be great. My next unit could be fucking stellar. And I could have an amazing next 3 years and be like, yeah, fuck it. Let's re-enlist. Or I could have a terrible 3 years and be like, fuck this shit. I'm going to find every way to end my contract early.
Here's the deal. Here's what I'm thinking. One of our buddies,
I have a child. You keep talking.
our buddy Tyler, old Tyler Firthy boy, he is at the Fort Sam, the Holy Grail for medics. I think we all need to get assigned to the same unit again. It's inevitable. We should do it. Waiting for a response as he's on mute. No, you're mute.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that.
Oh my gosh, we should all.
I didn't know you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to them. I wasn't listening. I was talking to a
Both
toddler.
Myself and you are coming up to PCS season.
Yep,
and
I'm literally
I think,
waiting to be told where I'm going right now.
I think we get the band back together. We all go to fucking Bullis with fucking old Firthy boy.
I thought about it, but Ashley does not want to stay in Texas.
Texas is the fucking holy grail of America, Ashley.
It's not the it's not like most people, the politics or anything like that. That we're fine with. It's the area. It's nothingness out here, and she wants some green and mountains like we did back home. So she wants like a little bit of stuff. I'm with
Ashley.
her. Though.
Ashley, he's not with you. He is. I'm joking.
I mean, I want some green too. Like, I would like to see some trees rather than fucking sagebrush.
You gotta have fucking green in Hood. There's no green in El Paso. I guarantee you that shit.
I mean, there's trees on post, but all that shit's artificial. You look off into the distance. That
You got
shit
fake
is
trees?
Death. It's death.
Welcome to the Great Place, or whatever the fuck it's called, with fake trees.
It's the great place. And every time I drive through the gate and the motherfuckers scan it, they go, welcome to the great place. Some mornings, like when it's 4 a.m. and I'm driving through early, or like last night when I was coming back in at midnight on CQ, and they go, welcome to the great place. And I just look at them and they go, I know.
Raw.
Like sometimes I'm just like, if you say so, and I'll make the private giggle. Like I'm like, don't you fucking talk back to me. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you're on week-long gate duty, bro.
Hey, that'll probably prepare them better for upcoming conflict than apparently Russia's military, right?
Solid segue. I was trying to think on where we were going to go. Like,
I had nowhere. I had nothing.
Before the show or politics, and I like where you went. But you're right, because what is the main thing when people talk about, World War, whatever it may be, is that, Russia's a force. Like, Russia is a massive army, and they would be a hard force to fight. And
yeah, this was a genuine scare.
Yeah, right. And the one thing that we've seen is that maybe we were wrong.
Yeah. This is.
Not
I'm gonna
saying
put it out there.
anything to take anything away from the Ukrainians who are fighting for their country and their homeland. Like that'll put a lot of power into those people. But let's face it, militarily, the scales were not level. Right?
This is Russia's Vietnam. It's like they've got tractors hiding in holes just to fucking carjack Grand Theft Auto fucking tanks and shit. They got Susie Homemaker out there in a fucking field of javelins, just like skadoosh.
Yeah, babushkas in the fucking trees.
Yo, they have lost 15,000 Russian soldiers as of like yesterday, and the day before that it was 10K. So they lose 5,000 in one fucking day. The Ukrainians are going to fucking town.
But here's a thought I was having, right? So I'm going to compare it to something I know, like something that we both know: wrestling, jiu-jitsu, right? You'll have that the guy who's not as experienced, and he's rolling with someone who is more experienced, and they do really well, right? They didn't get submitted, or they think they did well. And then that guy goes and talks shit about how, they almost got the upper belt or, the better wrestler. And in reality, that guy was taking it really easy on him. Right? And so I was thinking this at the beginning of this conflict. I was, on the news, they're talking about how Ukraine's, holding back Russia. And I was like, well, they're probably holding some shit back, right? Because they're a massive military. Like they're probably holding some shit back. They're probably not throwing all
they're
of
holding
their
back
might at it. But then
food, water, and fuel.
4 generals. You can hold back, but when you lose 4 generals, people, this is not just your general. Like this is not a soldier. This is not a company commander that's out in the field. This is a general, usually not on the front lines. They're way back there, and they're getting sniped by civilians.
Bro. By Yelena fucking Botswanovich, who she was a florist last week, and now she's a fucking Black Widow now, just taking out fucking generals.
Like it can be, an army holding back on a smaller force so they obviously don't destroy all of the country. If you're just losing soldiers. But when you start losing your military leaders, your 1, 2, 3-star generals, that's fuckery afoot. Like, that's insane. A drastic misappropriation of resources. The fact that he was anywhere close to get fucked. Like, we've done war games, and I've never done a war game with a general. Right? Because they're not even in the same state as war games.
They're too.
You want to know where my
I'll
colonels
keep that comment to myself.
Yeah, right? You want to know where my colonels are? They're 9 phase lines behind us. Yeah. So safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not remotely in danger. And it's supposed to be that way. Because they're the leaders, right?
Dude. It is so fucking bad. Like these dudes. That whole convoy that was stuck for like a fucking week, they already ran out of fuel. Meanwhile, they ran out of fuel. They ran out of fucking food already, the Russians. There are Russian soldiers actively like they were at first hiding their fucking like vehicles behind a bush and just walking away. Now they're just leaving on the side of highways and just walking away.
The Russian soldiers are just dipping.
Yes, they're just like, this is not what we were told.
Where are they going? Are they defecting?
Dude, watch any of the press conferences where.
Like I said earlier, I haven't been watching the news because I've been so busy with work and I'm so mentally exhausted. I go to turn the news on, I'm like.
So let me ask you this question.
I always tell people to try to be informed. In the past 2 weeks, I haven't had the mental bandwidth to process any of this shit.
Is it SEER 100 where they, for our side of the army, where they, our side of the U.S. Army, for POW stuff, right?
It's the online.
Yeah,
that's SEER 100.
It goes through.
SEER class, that's for POW. It's survive, evade, rescue, evacuation, rescue, evasion.
Sure.
Yeah, it's basically if you get stuck on enemy lines, you go and you hide, you run, and if you get captured, you know what to say and how to be resilient to be able to escape or, withstand.
Where I'm going with this is,
and this isn't a normal class that we all get, people who aren't military affiliated. This is the actual SEER class. You have to be, special forces and shit, because
I do SEER once a year. What are you talking about?
Online. Yeah.
Either way.
You get fucking shanked once a year. You get broken bones and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a sex life. That's different.
Damn it. So my point with this is, like, a week or two into the conflict, right? You've got these Russian soldiers that are just like actively in a press conference, just giving away information. It's like, this is not what we were told. We were told we were being welcomed. And then we get here and motherfucker, the old granny Blaskovich, she's just throwing Molotov cocktails from her fucking, from her basket on her fucking trike. And it's like, we thought we were going to get fucking Ukrainian love for liberation, and no, that we were lied to. And that
I got RPG'd by a college student.
Yeah. I caught a stinger to the dick
by a toddler. A kindergartner just fucking RPG'd my tank.
Dude. It is insane the amount of fight the Ukrainians have. Yes, they're being backed up by the resources
we've given them a lot
of the world.
Shit, right?
We've given them a lot of shit, which has definitely helped. But that fight, dude, that fucking fight, though. Like, you can have all the tools in the world, like Afghanistan.
Russia does.
Afghanistan had all the fucking tools and they just gave up. Ukraine, they get the fucking tools and they are using said tools.
Guess who has all the same tools? Russia.
No.
They have all the same shit we have that we gave Ukraine.
They do.
It's the fight in the dog. They fucking are utilizing that shit. And they're also taking Russia's shit.
They are. They got the tractor meme is real. These motherfuckers are just rolling out.
Have fucking tanks right now. Didn't like a bunch of civilians like seize an oligarch's yacht the other day?
That all the oligarchs are fucking losing their fucking yachts. Let me see if I can share this real quick. So this is not from the video that I saw, but to give context. All right, this is a Mosin Nagant. It's an old ass motherfucking weapon. Old as fuck.
Classic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because my face froze.
It did, but I can hear you.
My face is still frozen. I look like Puerto Rican Glenn Beck right now.
Just trying to restart your video. Nope.
Yeah. Either way,
blackness. Either way,
there are dudes from Russia that have been deployed to this conflict with fucking Mosins, dude.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Check out, it's on Angry Meme, not Angry Meme Review, Gun Meme Review with Brandon Herrera, and he's just pointing out the weaponry that they have. And when they got to the Mosin,
a good amount of Russian soldiers with Mosins right now.
It's fucking insane. I'm going to stop my cam real quick. Yeah, okay. At least you see that right now.
That's the equivalent of them deploying us over there and giving us M1 Grands.
Insane.
Yeah.
Fucking
weapon,
insane.
By the way. Great weapon, but in modern times,
no.
Shitty weapon. Like if it was like
giving everyone high
in
points
the United States and you like gave me a choice, yeah, sure, I'd take a fucking M1 Garand. Yeah, dope. But if I have a choice over an M1 Garand or an AR-15 from the Walmart shelf, I'm going to take that AR-15. 100%.
Yeah. I'm blaming on that. I'm trying to restart my camera while staying on the show. So that way
good. Yeah, that's insane. Okay, well, I think this revealed that Russia wasn't as much of a force as we thought.
No, and I fucking broke my Achilles in Germany getting ready for that fucking fight.
Hey man, I told my fucking rotator cuff in Germany for that shit. Tore my fucking quad. We're all torn to shit because of training in Germany, getting ready for the Russian feud, and yeah, I think we're good. By the way, as people are jumping on the show, if you want to discuss this, let us know, and we'll shoot you an invite, and you can jump on video and you can talk with us, and we can discuss some stuff. So just let us know in the comments if you're interested. I'll shoot you an invite, and we'll let you jump in the show.
I don't know why I'm muted.
Have a good
dive
there. What's up, Kenny? But Rico's having some conflicts of his own with his camera right now.
I don't know what's going on.
His camera's giving him the Ukrainian shuffle. Just not giving any way.
Nothing. Look at that fucking... That was my Doctor Who telephone box for my mediocre vacation.
You should have painted it blue.
I didn't have blue.
Disappointed. You can order paint on Amazon to your spicy location.
Oh my God, it's so hard.
You could have done it. I bet you some hardware store off post would have had it.
Probably.
Yeah.
I could have talked to somebody.
You could have done a Hurt Locker overnight fucking secret mission to a hardware store, gotten some blue paint. I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would have figured it out.
So I think those are our thoughts on the current state of the Ukraine-Russia conflict. A war of choice, as the State Department likes to say. Isn't every war a choice? What stupid fucking branding, Jen Potato Head. God.
Jen Potato Head. That's a good one.
She's a lovely person, and I can at least say, I think she thinks she's a biological woman. I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. That's a thing.
I want to get into this, but I really don't like at the same time.
Okay, so let me be an asshole. They can't see me anyway. They only see my fucking "it's bigger on the inside" box right now.
That's what I tell girls all the time. Hey, it's bigger on the inside, bro.
Oh, dude. How can someone whose sole job is going to be fucking being able to define things as a law say, as a female, she can't even fucking define a fucking female, dude?
And I understand, like, so I'm in the
That's
boat
her fucking job.
It is, but like I'm in the boat of, and I'm obviously not an official of any kind, so it doesn't matter what the fuck I think. But I'm in the boat of, how do you define it, right? Because if you define it one way, you're going to piss off the conservatives. If you define it the other way, you're going to piss off the liberals, right? So as a judge, I could understand that fucking tightrope walk that she's doing there. But yeah, hey Rico, try backing out of the stream.
I am sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. I got this.
You got this. I believe in you.
It's a sketchy walk, right? Trying to figure out how to do that properly. It is difficult because, especially as an official going into the Supreme Court, how do you quantify it? Because there's a lot of discussion on gender and the definition of being a woman right now. Is it 100% your choice? Is there a biological factor in it? And I'm not saying what I believe it to be one way or the other. I'm just pointing out the different points of discussion. Depending on who you're talking to and who defines it, and depending on how serious you feel about it, depends on how much passion you put into your explanation, right? And obviously, if you're more on that side where you believe that it's 100% up to your choice, there's no biological factor in being a woman, and it's your choice if you want to identify whatever you identify with, you're going to hear someone, or even myself, playing devil's advocate in this, that I am a bigoted imbecile, and I have, he's back.
Hey, I solved it. I wasn't even looking at it.
Talking about, right? And you're going to think that I'm just a bigoted idiot, but that's because you believe that. if that's what you believe and you have passion for it, of course you're going to think that the other side's a fucking idiot, because the other side, right, the more conservative side, I would say, that believe that it is all biology, they feel the same way. So there's a bit of hypocrisy in it when they're like, how could people believe this? And be like, well, they think the same thing about you. And there's no, in my opinion, there's no real way, because both sides have a point, right? Only one side has a point of science with biology and genomes and genetic traits to back them up. The other one is more of a theoretical, logical kind of diatribe, right? With, you know, you choosing, and if you change parts of your body, like you can become a woman and you can identify as a woman, but in reality, you'll never be able to change the genome and the actual DNA of it, right? So if you identify to be a woman, you want to be a woman, that is great. You do you get boobs, chop it off, invert it, do what you may. You're a woman. I don't give a shit what you call yourself. And
you can be a woman. That's totally fine.
That's cool.
But
you know what you
a
can't change?
Supreme Court justice should be able to fucking define what a woman is, because that's her fucking job.
Yeah. And it's that tightrope walk, because they're not asking what is the definition. They're asking what is your definition, because that's the point of the hearings, right? It's to be able to ask them their opinions and what they believe, to be able to see if they will be arbitrary enough to rule on cases that come to the Supreme Court. So they're not saying, hey, what do you believe? And if she said, oh, women are biological, and that's it, they're not going to be like, oh,
cancel her.
Yeah, we
cancel
can't
her.
have her. Like, no, that's not how this works. They're asking, you know, and something like that, that's her belief. But you also go by law. That's what the Supreme Court does. They don't rule by the court of public opinion. They rule by law, what is in law. And if you have a problem with what is in law, then you bring it to the Supreme Court to get it changed. And just because it's in law from the past doesn't mean that it stays in law from in the future. Which is another thing when people are like, the Constitution is the Constitution. Oh, the Constitution that's been amended 26 times? Yeah, you're right. It's never changing. Only 26 times. It's been amended. That means it's been changed. Since
living document.
Written. Yeah, which means it can change. You dumb fuck. Like, that's how it works. It's not
everything but the Second Amendment.
Yeah, everything but the Second Amendment. It's not the 10 Commandments.
If anything has been proven, is that you should be able to stock up. Look at Ukraine. They gave fucking Betsy Homemaker a fucking AK 7.62. There's a picture I saw on Twitter. She's just chilling from her balcony, barefoot, with a fucking AK, ready to fucking throw down.
All malls in her mouth, like she's stepping out of Alabama.
God, I wish I would have masturbated so hard to that picture. But
he was one Pall Mall away.
Oh, just the Pall Mall would have done it.
And
just
hair curlers. A Pall Mall and hair curlers?
Stop. I can only get so hard.
Walmart robe.
I gotta stop my camera real quick. My breathing heavy is because I have emphysema.
I'm playing the drums. No, you're right. In these other countries, like,
you should have weapons.
Yes, because granted, we live in America, right? Is Canada going to invade us?
No, because they already took their weapons.
No,
maybe.
No, we're fine.
Cartels, not Mexico as a government.
Yeah, we can take them though. Like, you know, federal agencies and the Mexican government going against cartels. That's difficult. The cartels are powerful. Right. But if you put the military, the U.S. military, against the cartels, they would be obliterated.
I guess you're more likely to be invaded by the NFT, NFA, whatever the fuck they are, whatever Biden calls them, than Mexico.
Well, I was going to say our actual government. That's your biggest concern, right? And I'm not saying this current government, like Joe Biden's administration. Like, it's not going to happen. But you never know, right?
Joey Boombox.
We've seen it with the past couple elections, the complete separation within the country. And we're only, if we keep progressing in extremes, it's only a matter of time, maybe not in our lifetime, but it's only a matter of time until we get a leader, right? Because every country gets to a point of power that turns them to the dark side, and they start doing some sketchy shit, right? And I
don't want to live in a world where Zelensky becomes Palpatine. He is
there long enough to become the villain.
Yes, this guy, what a fucking G, man. This guy was a fucking comedian, became president, and now he's a fucking war fighter.
Fucking my God. Of Ukraine, and now he is referred as the Ukrainian Churchill.
How about he is just Zelensky? What did Churchill do? He wrote some speeches. I think Zelensky.
World War II?
Yeah, he had help. Zelensky has no fucking help. I mean, arguably weapons, but when it came, Churchill had some people to back him up.
We're helping. You know we're there.
We do not represent the views of the United States Army or the United States government, and we cannot say or indicate in any way, shape, or form that we have. In fact, we don't have any information about anybody doing things behind.
I can guarantee you right now. People, look at us. Okay, we were both random E5s.
Oh, just random, just
in medical positions. We are nowhere near logistics or intel of any kind whatsoever. I don't know for 100% or 15%.
Even 1%, some might say.
Actual U.S. military assets of people are in Ukraine. I'm just saying, by law of probability, we're giving equipment. And we have some secret squirrel organization throughout the world.
Someone's got to be delivering the equipment, right? It doesn't just show up from Amazon.
USPS.
Yeah, U.S. That's it. The fucking Men in Black of the fucking military. The USPS.
Because Brown's got you down.
Rain, sleet, shine, or fucking Russian invasion. USPS has got your back, brother.
Yeah, they're making overnights, bro.
Overnight. You want business shipping to whoop that ass? USPS got you, brother.
But, I mean, by the law of probability, because whenever there's...
Operator is fucked.
Yeah, whenever there's some, little conflicts, we're there. We have, a small squad of 5 dudes that go over there and they go, hey, we're going to show you how to be insurgents. And that country's like, no, come on. There's some bearded motherfuckers roaming around in cowboy boots right now showing how to be insurgents.
No one should be in cowboy boots. They're super fucking loud.
But they're also super comfortable.
Oh my gosh.
You bet your ass if they send me over to Ukraine in civilian clothes, they'll immediately be like, oh, the Americans are here because I'm going to be in boots.
Boots and some tight jeans and a fucking plaid t-shirt.
But I will be stacking. No bodies.
I got my Stetson on.
Who the fuck's in John Wayne? They're looking for soldiers, people. They're not looking for cowboys. Guys, they're going to be looking for soldiers.
Zach, you are absolutely correct. American vets, people are just joining the fucking Foreign Legion just to fucking go over there and fucking fight, dude. Yeah. The Ukrainians, so they have I think we talked about it last week. They have a population of 46 million as of this morning. They've had 10 million displaced by the war effort. Some of them are just being taken to Russia to be put into fucking gulag war camps,
also taking in 100,000 refugees or something like that. I think.
Yeah, it's the whole situation's fucking insane. But if anything should stoke your fires to fucking fight, it's just the amount of fight the Ukrainians have.
I'm impressed, to be honest. I
thought they had 72 hours.
Yeah,
72
on the
hours.
show, I think when this started off, we were talking that we thought it was not going to last past a week. That
Dude.
Putin was literally just going to roam through,
Roll in.
straight into Kiev, and just take it.
And just fucking mushroom stamp everything on its way in. Just
I
like
thought there were going to be like
mine,
five
mine,
shots fired.
Mine.
Yeah.
Mine.
I thought it was going to be real quick. They just roll through, like 4 people get shot, and it was going to end. I had no idea that they were going to be stuck on the eastern side of Ukraine for the past month.
With people just like, with Russian soldiers just actively deserting and high value targets just getting fucking murked.
Yeah.
It's insane. That's why I say
they're to a point where they're reaching, they're starting to do like borderline war crime shit. And
they've been doing that.
Well, I mean, they've been hitting, the children's hospital signs, and like they've been doing that. They're one step away from chemical. That's the next step. But they didn't start with that shit. Right? They started with just roaming the military through, and once those guys started getting fucked up, then they started sending the jets in, and then the jets were getting fucked up by the ghost of Kiev.
He finally got down. Rest in peace, Ghost.
Oh, did he? Oh,
what a fucking G that guy was. Holy shit.
Fucking
the
legend.
ghost, he is actually a ghost now, from what I'm tracking.
Is he actually dead, or is he just like...
I believe, unconfirmed, he is actually no more. But this dude was he was like the fucking farmer at the end of Independence Day, just taking out everything.
That's a fantastic
He probably was a farmer.
/ fighter pilot.
They started this. He was like, the Russians are trying to probe us, and we're out.
He was a fighter pilot back in the 80s. And he hasn't stepped in a plane in 40
We know
years.
nothing
He's
about
like,
the true identity of the Ghost of Kiev, but in my personal fan fiction, he's fucking Ukrainian fucking Randy Quaid. Just taking out these motherfuckers left and right until he paid the ultimate sacrifice. Fuck, dude.
The Ukrainians, they are fighting, and I hope the best for the entire country and all the people over there that are fighting for what they have. And I respect that, because that's fucking America, right? That's what we're founded on, like fighting for what we have, and that's the call to arms, for forever. And now we see a country actively doing it on their own, somewhat, right? They have help, but they're the ones that are there.
So beautiful.
And they are
so
fighting,
fucking
and
beautiful.
They are, they're on the ground. They're doing that shit, because as much as people might think, wars are not won in the UN. And by sanctions. That's
Congratulations.
not how wars work.
Congratulations, you condemned it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You brought it up. Jen Potato Head, Joey Boombox, and what the fuck? Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
That's actually a Marvel superhero. Stay tuned on Disney Plus for the Miss Marvel fucking series. Kamala Khan.
Kamala Comic-Con. Camellia.
Russia sanctioned them, and their response is like, whatever.
Russia
we're not going to
the UN.
No, they sanctioned Joey Boombox, Jen Psaki, Kamala Khan, and whoever else is. And they're like, oh, that's fine. We're not going to Russia anytime soon anyway. Yeah. How do you think they feel about your fucking sanctions? Besides the Russian oligarchs that are already here and they're getting their shit took, which they'll get back or they'll buy again. It's sanctions.
Yeah. But, I mean, Cold Wars are won by sanctions and that stuff. Cool, you do you. Because no one's actually on ground. But as soon as boots hit ground, that's how wars are won, by people on the ground getting shot at and shooting. And the Ukrainians are living that life right now. And the Ukrainians, they're fucking fighting hard, man. They're doing great.
Dude, they're the fucking fighters, dude. Like I said, Zelensky is not the fucking new Churchill. He is the new Zelensky. This guy.
The current Zelensky.
He is the now and forever Zelensky, dude. This guy is just, God, what a fucking turn of fate.
I am impressed by him, because I thought that he was going to dip out and because he's been going in and out or has he just been doing it all by Zoom?
He's been doing a lot of stuff by Zoom because already tried to kill him 47. I'm exaggerating. They've already there at least a week ago.
Like
it was
4 or
like
5.
4 attempted fucking. We talked about it by the group that the Wagner group. Wagner? I don't know.
Sounds like a fucking investment banking group.
It does. It sounds like the shittiest fucking mercenary group. But the Chechens, the Wagner group tried to fucking take him out,
Yeah.
and they failed. And this
when
guy,
you say Wagner Group, you're like investment bankers, but as soon as you say Chechnyan, I'm like, oh,
oh shit, just got real.
like that's synonymous with ends your life.
Every
Like
time
no
we
one says Chechnyan without meaning murder. They're like the fucking Mongolians, dude.
what do you want for the takeout tonight, Chechen? You trying to fucking kill me?
Bitch, I will punch a pregnant woman.
But can you define her?
No, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Because I can't define what a woman is.
People, I can barely define what socks I want to wear on a daily basis, and I only have one choice: green.
Oh, I moved past that. I throw whatever the fuck I want on at this point.
Oh, I've reached that point. I've reached that point. Like like it's dark. My wife's still sleeping. I'm looking the other day for my green socks. I'm like, oh fuck it, and I like saw a pair of like ankle white socks, and I'm like, fuck it. Who looks
Sounds like a plan. No one's gonna make me take my boots off today. Let me put on my Ninja Turtle socks.
Little did I know that's height and weight day.
Oh shit! Foiled again. Every time I try to get away with something.
My fucking
Sons
luck
of
today is
bitches.
look at my underwear day for the first sergeant. Fuck me.
Today we're expecting ankle injuries. What? I'm fine.
And me with my Ninja Turtle socks, my flossy thong.
Thongs are okay. I wear a thong
that's
every day.
fine. They don't. They
So
won't judge me.
liberating.
Yeah, they can define socks. But can you?
Here's a shitty fucking transition. Oh, my underwear is like the Wild West. Speaking of the Wild West, God, let me gush over 1883 for a couple of shitty
No
seconds.
connection in either one of those.
There's no rules. It's wild when it comes.
Much like
when-
there's no rules in Rico's pants.
There aren't, by the way. So, I mean, there's only so much we can talk about the Ukraine, but
Yeah, we
Both
we
myself-
talked more than we intended.
yeah, both.
but for the
Yeah,
last
we're almost an hour.
Yeah, we talked a lot. But for the last bit of the show, we're gonna go into, as people know, Rico and I and Firth, we like our our pop culture, our social media, and our entertainment, right? And me and Rico, we like the comic book movies and comic books, and that kind of universe and music. We go deep delves into with some episodes, and Firth not so much, but he kind of likes the classic movies and he has some good opinions. But me and Rico, we stay on the pulse of the new movies and new TV shows coming out.
Word.
And I love Yellowstone. Yellowstone is an amazing show.
I've not seen Yellowstone.
You would enjoy it. You would enjoy it. It's very fucking country Sons of Anarchy. Like it's great.
Ooh, that sounds great.
Yeah, right. It's like the ranch mixed with Sons of Anarchy. It's fucking fantastic. I've never seen Sons of Anarchy, but it's great.
How do you invalidate yourself immediately?
This is a
It's like the
comparison
ranch mixed with Smurfs. I've never seen the Smurfs though. I assume it's so hardcore. Les Schunks. That's how you say in
although
Danish.
Yellowstone Smurfed. I'd watch it, but either Taylor Sheridan.
Is it-
amazing writer, and
Okay.
that's why I say Sons of Anarchy, because he helped write Sons of Anarchy, so it kind of has that same vibe, right? So, but Taylor Sheridan, amazing writer. He's also a very good actor because he's in. He writes himself.
Yeah, he was in
the
SOA.
show, right?
Yeah.
He writes himself in the show. He's in Yellowstone as a very good character, not a conflicting character or anything. He's just kind of in there, very entertaining character. But then 1883, as Rico was about to go gush on it, and I'll let him, because
God.
1883
Dude.
is fantastically written. They did so many things incredibly well. And if you watch the behind the scenes
Dude.
of like the making
Now-
of the show, which they have on Paramount, of Taylor Sheridan talking about the process of how they wrote it and how they went through the process, like all of the actors, they went through like a month to 2 month long camp to learn how to ride, rope, and drive wagon. Like, so
I don't
they
wanna
can
know
actually know what the fuck they're
any
doing.
of that. I am just like so blown away by this show. It easily top 5. 1883 might be my new favorite show. I am so fucking addicted. It's like I sit here in my studio, there's a TV over there, and it's like
I love shows when you watch it, you can't tell what's going to happen, right? Because we've all watched so much shit through the years, and it all follows kind of the same lines, right? Depending on the genre of the show. If there's a new medical drama, I know exactly what's going to happen as it progresses through, right? Because there's so many of them. It's either going to be a Scrubs-esque or like a 911 or ER. Like it's all going to follow one way or the other.
Or it's like
shows are the same way. So you can kind of follow 1883. I don't know who's going to be dead by the end of the fucking episode.
A lot of shows they do the Weeds formula.
Kind of
if you're familiar with Weeds. It's like the Weeds fucking for every one thing that goes right, there's 3 things that go wrong. So it's like, oh, they finally had some progress. Now they had 3 setbacks. It's this show is just,
you're like, oh shit, what's going to happen now? And
show's so good, man.
Well, and that's what so I spoke of The Ranch earlier, right? Which was, if you haven't seen it, great show. Ashton Kutcher did an amazing job at it. And the reason why
horribly dark scenes.
Well, it didn't follow that trend of something good's happening. You're like, oh, when's the shoe gonna drop, right? Because they would just, and then very realistic shoes would drop in that show, and Taylor Sheridan does that very well in Yellowstone, and then also 1883. There's whole episodes where nothing good happens at all, and you're just watching the turmoil and destruction of this family, and you're like, when do they get a break?
There's 0 breaks. Episode 2, 4 people die within the matter of like 10 seconds.
And like, people that you learn to like.
It's the way the show being as good as it is to me. It's not about the people dying. It's just like, God, these characters are amazing.
The first episode, how many people does Tim McGraw fucking shoot in the face?
Tim McGraw is going to town. I recognized him, but I didn't know it was Tim McGraw until Cher, my partner, said something, and she was like, "Oh, that's the new show that Tim McGraw is in." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he's fucking great, dude.
And they've been peppering Yellowstone with flashbacks in the last like 2 seasons. And so starting not this latest season came up with the one before, they were peppering flashbacks to kind of set up how the Duttons, kind of got their power a little bit with Tim McGraw him and his family already at Yellowstone. And so like him interacting with the Indians in the area and stuff like that. And so Tim McGraw he's been in Yellowstone a handful of times, and it's usually just him, and like Faith Hill never really made an appearance until this last season in it. Right before 1883 came out.
Okay.
They had a few little teasers in there right before.
She's fucking great too.
Yeah, she did. I was telling you before the show, I read something online, or I watched a review, and they were saying how they don't think that Faith Hill and Tim McGraw were good actors. And one of the other guys on their little discussion was like, well, when you compare them, side by side next to Sam fucking Elliott, then yeah, you're gonna think that. And I'm like, Sam Elliott is Sam fucking Elliott. That's a whole other realm of world. But
I started the show.
Character he's simplistic, right? And I think that's why when actors take a simplistic role and they do it simplistically but masterfully, people think that they aren't good actors. And many actors have done that in the past with multitude of different roles. And
let me say this real quick.
Isn't very good.
I started the show thinking to myself, are we at a point where there's too much Sam Neill, right?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yeah. That dude.
Who the fuck's Sam Neill now? I got
that is an actual person, but Sam Elliott.
That is a person. That's why I'm curious.
Yeah. I started thinking to myself, are we at a point with too much Sam Elliott?
Sam Neill's the
it's the dude from fucking Jurassic Park. Yeah. We're definitely at a point.
He's not in anything ever.
We're definitely at a point with too much Sam Neill.
They're everywhere.
But Sam fucking Elliott, dude. I started the show and I was like, oh man, yeah, I know he's gonna play the same type of character he normally fucking plays. His only step out role from his normal fucking thing was an episode or two of Parks and Rec where he played a fucking extreme fucking liberal fucking.
Oh, did he have to watch that?
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Well, and that's what. So in the past, right? In the past, all those roles have been like a tough guy.
Yeah. We're not at too much Sam Elliott.
No.
That's the end of that statement. We're not. Because that's a fucking dude.
Typecasted as the badass cowboy, and that was one of the things that I fell in love with when he was on the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ashton Kutcher wrote him as that tough badass cowboy rancher.
Mm-hmm.
But he wrote in points to where you could see past that. And Sam Elliott did an amazing job of showing you the emotion and complexity of trying to be a strong man for your family, but then also just really wanting to fucking break down.
Yeah.
And in he did amazing in that. And then in this show in 1883, the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott is.
It's not spoilers. First episode, he loses his entire family and just like
to smallpox,
burns everything down and is struggling with the will to live. And he's not even the best actor on the show, and he's fucking amazing. God,
yeah, he did amazing. But the person who takes the cake in the show, what is her
Isabel
name?
May. Isabel May,
the girl who plays Elsa in the show.
Dude,
she does amazing, and the narration of it, the way they wrote that character, and this is not the Yellowstone 1883 podcast.
I would do one because the show is so fucking good. Hey, if you're just joining us, we're talking about 1883. No spoilers, just like straight love for the show.
You inferred that when I was talking about 1883, y'all were giving me shit because you thought it was just that classic Western cowboy kind of tough guy thing.
And that's not normally my thing.
Well, it's not. And I think a lot of people came in to watch it that haven't watched Yellowstone, which, by the way, if you haven't and you liked 1883, watch Yellowstone. Taylor Sheridan does fantastic with that. One of the 2 seasons ago was a little bit slow, and this last season was a little bit derated, but it's still a fantastic story. And 1883, top notch. I think 1883 a little bit better than the latest seasons of Yellowstone. But a lot of people just thought it was going to kind of be that, Western drama, like not very exciting. and people
because that's not what we're used to anymore. We don't have that type of content anymore.
Yeah, and they went into it thinking it was just going to be that machismo Western shit, and didn't realize how complexly written all these different characters were.
Very fucking powerful female forward. It's just like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it makes me realize that fucking power be to my ancestors specifically, being from the West Coast, that made it over there. And to be honest, I'm not really 100% sure when my family came over from Ireland and shit, but either way.
1987.
But power be to all the people that were like there for generations, right? The Oregon Trail was nothing to fuck around with.
Yeah.
And
you would die of dysentery.
Yeah,
easily.
Every time.
We've
all played the game. Every time.
Maybe you made it to the river run, but most likely you died of dysentery. or cholera, which happens in every episode of fucking 1883. Somebody, like a little girl, go take a shit, gets her fucking ass bit by a snake. It fucking happens.
Well, and I mean, that happens nowadays. You send soldiers out to the fucking field in the desert out here, Bliss or Hood.
Yeah.
Happens all the
Russians
fucking
out
time.
to Ukraine, and they get bit by a babushka right in the fucking asshole.
That's what happens when you take people from one part of the country that have never been out in a certain place, and they go fuck around in the bushes thinking that it's just like over in Pennsylvania, and you're like, nah, brah, there's no touchy snakes out here. There's fucking nope ropes hiding in the bushes, and they're gonna bite your dick off. You gotta watch out for the nope ropes, man. They even have a danger rattle. Like, don't fuck with that shit. Yeah, and it is fantastically written. Tyler Sheridan.
I don't know.
He's amazing, and
He is.
His writing and another thing that I loved about 1883 specifically, and Yellowstone is he's taken the plight of the Native American Indian in hand in Yellowstone and also in 1883, and he's done very good at representing that culture and how desperately fucked they've been, right?
Straight fucked. You're not wrong about that.
Like I feel my way about slavery for 400 years of that, and that's terrible. Never should have happened, but
you weren't in charge of that.
Bad. I'm not trying to dismiss it, but I feel not worse, but what we did to the Native Americans, just and Outlander, right? The latest season of Outlander.
Why are you saying we? You didn't do that.
You're correct.
Don't be fucking stupid. You didn't fucking do that.
I didn't. I meant white people, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not taking the plight of white people, right? I'm not going to apologize for white people.
Don't.
Those motherfuckers did. Yeah, those motherfuckers did that shit. But
it was a different time.
In the last couple seasons of the show Outlander, they're in North Carolina through this, and it's showing, the interactions with Native Americans back then, and right before they start getting pushed and shit. And what has happened to Native Americans through that, taking the land and then pushing them away, and then them having to live on reservations, and just the lifestyle on the reservations. And today and currently it's terrible. But in 1883, if you watch the behind the scenes, which I recommend, he talks about how he wanted to represent the Native Americans, that percentage wise through the years of history and research, that you were more likely to die from a rattlesnake or crossing a river than you were Native Americans. And that it wasn't like how most Westerns back in the day represented Native Americans as this bloodthirsty, Indian red man that was going to scalp you at first sight, that you were more likely going to die from a lot of things. And a lot of the time, if you were attacked by a Native American tribe back then, while you're on the trail, it was either because they thought that you had done something because someone else had done it before you were behind you, or, you were actively trying to fuck them over. Like, they weren't instigating attacks. They're like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, this is my land now. And they're like, yeah, that's not how land works. We've been here for a while, and you're 4 people. You don't exist anymore. I'm sorry. And he did really great at doing that. And I love it when people go for authenticity of the time, right? They don't try to glamorize it or go over the top. And they talk about in the behind the scenes of all of the clothing is authentic. It's all handmade. It's all authentic. All of the headdress wear for the Native Americans, all of the weapons and the different things that they wear is 100% authentic. They got with local tribes. The speak, so they used language in it that was authentic to the tribes of that time. And then, like I said earlier, like, they sent all of the actors to a camp for a month solid. They did not leave, and every day they were riding horses, shooting guns, and driving a wagon. So that way, when they got on screen, those aren't stunt doubles. That's Faith Hill driving a fucking wagon across the river. Like, that is 100% that. And I love that level of authenticity that they're like, we're going to do this the right way because, and it translates out in the show. That's why Rico loves it so much, because you see that and you see the authenticity and the writing together and the acting. And it's just like, it's a fantastic fucking show. And you're learning stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like me and my wife, like we're looking, we're like, they keep saying Oregon. Like some states didn't exist. So like what part of the top? And like when they say Oregon, they mean Washington, Oregon, but that goes into Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. That entire Oregon territory. That was the Oregon Trail. So they're not just trying to get to fucking Portland.
They're not trying to get to the fucking
Idaho and Utah. Like that was all of Oregon back then.
What was that fucking zone? They're not trying to get to the fucking unpoliced zone.
The DMZ? What the fuck are you talking about?
You're okay. You're right on everything you've said, but when
there
you
was
talk,
a big guy at Tribe into it. I love the show, and I did, as a history buff, I love authenticity.
Isabel May. She plays Elsa. She is just a fucking tour de force on this show, dude. This is somebody who's only been in shitty things. It's like, pick the shittiest B movie you've seen.
Like when they say Diamond in the Rough, like nothing actors, that's her. Like she has nothing of good value behind her.
This chick, man, she is fucking just fierce and fucking strong and just like, oh, she embodies what's going on through that entire fucking ride out to Oregon. And it's like amazing. That's like the biggest draw to the show. Everybody else is fucking great. This Isabel May person who only does fucking shitty shows and movies besides this. Before this.
This woman's gonna be in fucking everything now.
Like, how did no one tap this person for amazing roles before this? Because she's a big deal. And I can't wait to see her more stuff. Dude.
Yeah. Not in certain shows that have been on a topic that we talked about tonight. But I mean, other things will be great. Yeah.
Well, what was she in? Alexa and Katie? No idea what that is.
No idea.
I want you back. Don't know. Nope. Young Sheldon? Never watched. According to IMDb, this is what she's known for.
Huh. I mean, she was probably in Young Sheldon for like 2 episodes.
I don't know. Never watched it.
It's great. As we come to a close.
Yes.
Other great things that have come out, and I'm a little bit slow to the roll, but it just came out to be able to stream because I have kids and babysitters are expensive, so I can't always make it to the movies. So I got to wait for shit to come out on stream, right? So we just watched Spider-Man, the latest one, and
also very good,
dude. It's fucking amazing. The bit in the I have a small problem with how it all gets to the multiverse. The fact that he just like was speaking too much and kind of confused Doctor Strange with the magic, like that kind of seemed a little forced into it. But it was a little nuanced. But the rest of the show, all the emotion that they had in there, and the subtle little plays they had with all the different multiversal parts of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With Aunt May dying and his
spoilers
that he goes into it. Sorry, that was a heavy one. I apologize.
Jesus,
I'm sorry. I usually don't like doing spoilers. I'm sorry. I did. I was unlike 1883 with spoilers, right? There's nothing to like lead you up. I have comic history, so I was just going off of that. That's a very old story in comic books. So I was like, oh, that's just a thing. I detached it from the movie real quick. I'm sorry. But all of the other different stuff in there, right? And as we know, right, the other Spider-Men that are in there.
Yes. Their
relationship that they played with
very
the
Bresky
and the emotion, like that was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
super great movie.
Like Andrew Garfield's character a little better?
I've been saying it, and I've been the only one saying it, For 27 years, Andrew Garfield
Since before
was
he was Spider-Man.
was the best motherfucking Spider-Man.
No. I don't agree with that.
Then you're wrong.
But I appreciate him more.
It's okay that you're wrong,
Yeah.
but you're wrong.
Yeah.
Who is better? Who? Tom Holland is not better.
I like Tom Holland.
You're a fucking idiot.
But also, I think that Tobey Maguire did so good, he made me forget about Spider-Man 3.
He's also not better. Andrew motherfucking I hate Mondays. Let's get some lasagna fucking Garfield. Was the that was hard to put together. That was the best motherfucking Spider-Man.
I just didn't connect to him on that level. Like I just
because he was the
go back and watch him, but
he was the bounce back.
What brought into this last Spider-Man though? I did connect. I did like that.
I've done this before on the show. I don't give a shit.
I gotta go back and watch.
When he saved Michelle Jones and reflected on not being able to save Gwen Stacy, that was the most powerful moment in the movie.
It was over too short for me.
What do you want to do? Cry? Full on fucking
weeping because he saw them and you knew what was going to happen. You saw it, his look, and he just jumps, boom, catches her. But in the movie before, right, it was that slow-mo, he's like dodging material and everything's falling. So I wish they would have kind of done the same build up to that. Just extended that a little bit more. It was just over so quickly. But
we didn't need to stretch that out. We needed the reaction. And the reaction was doing what he could to save someone for his broski and just not letting someone just like, whoop, yeah. I think my neck just broke.
See, all of it was the entire thing, right? Like, I almost wish that all three Spider-Men were in the movie together longer and got more interaction.
Yeah,
the clips and their interactions were great, but then I also loved all of the Sinister Six. Their
Sinister Five.
Sinister
the
Five.
The finger in five.
Yes, that. The Fast Five.
I guess it's safer.
I loved their quipping and their quips, and it was so funny because they're just like, we've been villains for so long, like we're so settled with the fact that we've been villains. They're just like, we're captured right now. Let's just be funny, and like they're just quipping, and like like I could imagine the discourse online, like, oh, why would they be making jokes? Because they've been doing bad shit. Because
fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, because they've been doing bad shit in a comic book universe. This is how it works. You do bad shit, you get overturned, and then you have like a down moment. So right now they're just chilling in their cells, fucking with each other, and all of a sudden like, hey man, we'll do some bad shit here in a minute.
Jamie Foxx totally redeemed himself.
He did.
Alfred Molina, he had that chance to like get into that fucking like, he was great. He got into the fucking father role. Fucking what's his face? Green Goblin guy.
Why did I just forget his name?
So did I.
Why did I forget? Willem Dafoe. Oh, I love Willem Dafoe and everything.
Was such a fucking menace. Oh my god.
The best thing that I've read, and I think it's just a meme, I don't think it's real, but it's Tom Holland talking in an interview, and it's just a meme, just with the print.
Willem
and it was
Dafoe
like,
just showed up.
It was like Willem Dafoe wasn't even supposed to be in the movie. He just showed up and started acting crazy as fuck, and so we just rolled camera.
Well, they said like the Spider-Man thing, Andrew and Toby were supposed to be just like an after credit scene, and then the internet.
In the movie it was.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be after credits, and then the internet just went ablaze like it does.
They're like, you're going to do a multiverse and not have them in there.
And everything just fucking changed. And dude, that movie is really fucking good. Really fucking good. It redeems a lot of the bullshit.
Another thing that it did really good was showing Spider-Man's power of not holding back. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's one thing in comic book circles that argue and things that have been proven through comic books in the past is that Spider-Man is one of the strongest superheroes.
I mean,
And
that's the classic,
right? It's like the classic Superman theory, right? Like,
yeah, that's the Superman conundrum.
Defeated, but he holds himself back a lot.
Yes.
And Spider-Man is
also,
through canon, like one of the as strong as Thor, the Hulk, like one of the strongest superheroes in the Marvel
gone up against the Hulk, gone up against Colossus. Like, these characters on paper would truly outclass him, but he's there and he holds his own.
Yeah, and in this movie, like, he was holding some heavy shit, and I remember my wife going like, "Is he that strong?" I was like, "Oh, he's way stronger."
Yeah, he's pretty fucking strong.
Like, he is the body of a 16-year-old, but the man is obscenely disproportionate.
Is Tom Holland the worst Spider-Man?
No. I think so. When it goes,
it's not Andrew. It's not Andrew. Go fuck yourself.
Who's the best and who's no? Listen. When it goes into the conversation, who's the best and who's the worst Spider-Man? I think all three of them have their own. They have their aspects of greatness and their aspects of bad. Right?
That's a very I can't define woman answer.
No. No, because Andrew Garfield, and they're different eras, right? They tried to be a little bit darker with Andrew Garfield than they were with Tobey Maguire's. So I kind of felt that he was a lot whinier, but they did expose a lot of emotion more. And then Tom Holland, the reason why I like Tom Holland is because he's the best representation of what Spider-Man at that age was, right? It's not he looks younger, he acts younger, he really encapsulates Peter Parker at that age in high school really, really well. Tobey Maguire, it was kind of like he did really good as Spider-Man, but I still always felt like it was a college kid playing fucking Spider-Man.
Okay, so you're saying Tobey's the worst.
I would if Andrew Garfield, if you insist that Andrew Garfield's up there, and I insist that Tom Holland is up there, then yes, Tobey Maguire.
You could tell me to go fuck myself. Too easy. It won't be the first time today that somebody told me to go fuck myself.
Well, I don't agree that Andrew Garfield is up there, but I also enjoy Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, though. The first two movies. The first two are really good. The third one I'm still iffy about. The third one I'm iffy about.
It's okay.
But I also liked Andrew Garfield's as well.
Okay, Rico, top Spider-Man. Andrew, Tom, Tobey.
I'm okay with that because Tom's.
Don't be okay with it. Fight me.
Well, I think Tom's better than Andrew Garfield, but
it's okay to be wrong.
You're correct. You're correct that it's okay that you're wrong. It's fine.
We've been together too long. He won't fight me. He'll just.
I just do the old married couple yes people.
Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah. I'm just gonna go get fucked up and talk to my friends about you.
Go on the internet. No, I think that when you do, there are certain characters that if they write them well enough and they find the right actors, they learn to make that character their own in their own way.
Okay.
And so I don't think that Andrew Garfield, and when I say that Andrew Garfield isn't better than Tom or Tobey Maguire, it's not that he was complete trash is the worst. It's the fact that there's only three.
Oh my god!
And so in an order of three, one of them's got to be the low tier. It doesn't mean that he's terrible.
You know what?
It means that they're all great.
Brainstorm. Isabel May needs to play Spider-Gwen.
Actually, I 100% support that.
Hashtag that shit. If you listen to this,
get on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
She's the perfect Spider-Gwen.
Holy shit, dude.
The perfect Spider-Gwen. Yes. I agree.
If you watch this after the fact, I'm going to put it up on a streamer, on a ticker.
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
Put a poll. I can do a poll later. I can do a poll. Yeah. On
He always
Spotify,
does
if you're listening to
polls.
this, click on the poll. Take your time, right? Savor it.
Yeah, or just ride that pole
Go along the whole length of it, thought-wise,
Yeah.
lengthwise, widthwise.
top to bottom.
Yeah,
and
kind of
back up.
savor it in your brain hole.
Oh my God, she'd
And
be the
go
best
for it.
Spider-Gwen.
She'd be great. Yeah. No, I'm down for that. I think that's the best thing you said all night.
Oh, rude.
Again, just because that's the best doesn't mean everything else you said is shit. You have to
Everything else
order
is
things.
garbage.
You have to order things, right?
No.
And they can still all be from greatness to greatness. It's just,
Top 30 Rico moments of tonight.
oh God, okay, fine.
And that's the end of our show.
Yeah, the least top Rico is you asking me to create a top Rico list.
Oh my God. Dude, I'm just like looking at an image search. She would be the best fucking Spider-Gwen. Holy shit. Give her the MCU
Great.
money, dude.
Should be great. And if that happens, I require a finder's fee.
And I want Sam Elliott as fucking Captain Stacy, her dad. There's no negotiations. I have solved this.
Hire
night.
us as your casting directors.
Guten Nacht.
We are available as your casting directors.
Holy shit.
I
I solved this.
TDY for this.
I fucking solved this. This show's over. We
Oh, this is the ending note. Yeah, on that note, that is a fantastic thought. No, I'm 100% for it. I super enjoyed the last Spider-Man. I thought it was great the whole time. I was into it. I want to rewatch it here. It's one of those movies that I want to rewatch and like find the other shit in it. Because I'm liking how they're pulling these other characters from the Marvel universe.
they are.
The other standalone characters, and they're pulling them in, and not as a kind of like nod to it, because they're about to do the same thing for the next Doctor Strange, right? They're going to be pulling in the Scarlet Witch for a very important role. Like she's going to play a very pivotal point.
You have Scarlet Witch. You have
Doctor Strange.
America Chavez. She'll be in there.
Yeah. And they did that with Doctor Strange in this one. Like he played a pivotal role, and like they're not overwashing it, right? They're really blending the comparison there, and I'm really interested with how the movie concluded on how they, because I'm not as brushed up in it. Is that comic? Is that canon?
What?
The ending of the movie.
Oh, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I mean, no. MCU is not canon. It's
no,
different
not
universe.
but I mean that aspect of it, right? Because they pull in different things from canon and kind of make their own thing.
So you have
But
the
that in resolution, what Doctor Strange had to do to resolve everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
that
can
new
answer
reality, that's what I'm saying.
So the most hated Spider-Man comic book continuity is the One More Day fiasco. And oddly enough, No Way Home pulled heavily from One More Day. And it's a big thing. It worked out better in the movies and to the comics. One More Day, Spider-Man and MJ give up everything to make it so that way fucking what's her name? Aunt May. She doesn't die. They sign a deal with Mephisto. And
okay.
yeah. And it's currently going towards resolution in the comic books. It's been taking for fucking ever. We'll see. But that's where they pulled from. One More Day.
Yeah, they kind of pulled that same thing. I kind of see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was great. I'm interested to see how they handle that next. And then, of course, Disney Plus has a whole bunch of really good stuff coming out. That COVID's getting done, and so they're starting to come out with good shit again.
It's not done. BA2, bitch.
I just read something that it just blended itself into a whole new fucking Venom. I don't fucking know.
Spider-Man 4. No Way something.
No way,
something,
Jose.
something. Gem Potato Head, Pasaki.
No way,
home.
Jose.
No way, Gem Potato Head.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys. We kind of went all over the place. I went into a real deep dive on why 1883 was great, but watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yourself. It's so good. Rico's going to go and watch Yellowstone. That first season, you're going to fucking love it. That
fuck.
first
Do I have to get Apple for that?
Hard. No, it's on Paramount.
Too easy, bro.
Yeah, it's on Paramount, man.
I'm going to watch this shit tonight.
There's 6 seasons.
I'm going to watch that shit tonight.
Yeah, you're going to love the first season. First season fucking hits hard. All the characters rip. It's fucking great, man. But go watch Yellowstone. Watch 1883.
I'm currently hashtagging on Twitter.
Yes.
Isabel May for Spider-Gwen.
Please go on there and start that hashtag. We got to get that going. Because that should be the next step. I think that'd be great. But we love you guys. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you hate. If you guys want us to talk about a certain thing, next episode, let us know. Also, go follow us on all of our social media, and you can listen to us anywhere on Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, fucking Audible. We're all over the place.
We're everywhere.
We also have video coming up on Spotify, so you can also listen to us and watch us at the same time. And, big things. Big things are happening. We love you guys. We love your support. All of our people. Hopefully next week we'll have Firth. I might be out for the next couple weeks because I'm going down to Bliss, but not for fun things. I won't be able to see Rico at all while I'm down there. But I'll be in the same area, but I might be out because I'm doing shit. But in my absence, Rico and Firth will make sure shit gets done. We love you guys.
If Firth is available.
Well, if Firth's not available, it would be Rico doing hot shit on camera. Yeah. We love you guys. Have a good night.